Well, here I am back in Epic 7 one more time. Right now, this is my account. After coming back in 2023, started playing again around April. Figured I check it out to see how the game's progressed. I've always liked the anime style of everything. So far, having a positive experience. They've made a lot of changes since I last played. And coming back to the game, it was pretty, I want to say pretty easy. I completed the adventurous paths, all those quest lines and things like that. And a lot of the gear that I have now, I was able to basically get for free, or when I say for free, just from playing the game. There's only two pieces of equipment that I actually, you could say, purchased from like an Epic equipment pack that I have, but for all the heroes that I'm currently playing and for all the teams that I have, all their equipment came from playing the game and just doing the adventures path and all the freebies they gave out. So just for the fact that they made it that, let's say, friendly to get a new player like geared up and ready to do content, I mean that's pretty impressive. I was able to go through. I was able to complete all the way through episode 4, 10-10, fighting Zio, with um, with all the equipment that I got for free. It wasn't easy, and I was fortunate to get key heroes. The most key hero to beat the content. Well, there were two key heroes. One was Angelique Montmorency. I didn't have her when I cleared episode 3, but I had found out how valuable she was when trying to fight the last boss. And so I had to make sure I found someone or like a supporter who had Angelique Montmorency. And so later on, I built her. And then for episode 410, I was fortunate enough to acquire auxiliary lots. And, there are ways to beat episode 410 like Zio, but auxiliary lots was the easiest path to go. I followed a strategy from Tristan Wolf, found him on YouTube, and I just followed his video for how to easily beat Zio, episode 41010, using auxiliary lots, Seagrit, Assyria, and another tank that could take damage. And in my case, I used Armin. But you know, I was able to do all that stuff without having to really grind for any gear. A big factor was the side stories, just for the fact that they allowed a new player to be able to go back and play all the side stories that had come out. I mean, I would say, above and beyond. This is the kind of expectation I would have for like World of Warcraft. When you come back, be able to go back and play all the different campaign areas. So just for the fact that these side stories were here, it gave me access to a lot of resources that I could just farm and, build heroes very quickly. So that was another impressive thing. This Moonlight Theater, I went through here and cleared it out. Of course, later, I did this recently, but this is still available, and all you need to do is you could purchase the ability to view using gold. And of course, if you were fortunate enough to pull for, actually make pulls and acquire the heroes of these stories, you get tickets. But if you don't have those, if you don't make those pulls, you can still get tickets by using gold. And gold in the game is very easy to get because then you could just sell enhancement, not all of them, but you could sell the penguins. And if you sell the penguins, you just get lots and lots of gold. I don't want to sell those. I mean, you could sell all the penguins if you wanted to. Just like that to get gold. So once you get to the point where you have enough heroes to, get things going, and you're just, starting to collect, you could just sell your penguins. So everything was pretty easy. And now when I came back to the game, I had the benefit of playing the game before, so I knew which heroes to pull. So I made sure that, I guess speaking of pulling, what is it? It's the custom summons. You pick 3 heroes and choose, when you start first, like starting a new account, you get to choose 3 heroes, and then all the, let's say covenant bookmarks that you get, and all the Skystone you get, you can use that to pull for 3 certain heroes. So I put Sirmir in that list, and I put Assyria in that list. And I forgot who else I put in there. I think I may have put Araminta, but I didn't get her, regrettably. I didn't realize that she wouldn't be unacquirable in the game outside of making pulls, and her banner never showed up. So I had to use my free 5-star selector ticket to get her. But I made sure that I started out with Sigrid. Like when I was doing the selective summons, I just kept pulling until I made sure I got Sigrid. And then I made sure I got Sid. I made sure I got Sirmir from that custom summons. And I made sure I got Assyria. Then I was fortunate enough to get Charlotte later on. I, got Armin. I made Clury, Falconer Clury. And I basically acquired all the heroes from my old account when I first came to the game. I knew how powerful they were in order to beat content, and I prioritize tactics, precision strikes over cleave strikes. So heroes that are tactically versatile. In other words, their skill set can be used almost anywhere. I try to pull those heroes. And then, of course, when I play with them, I can use tactics to disassemble enemy teams, not just in PvP, but also in player versus environment. And I prioritize that. And then, of course, anything else where I need something specific to beat it, I just look for supporters and just hope that I'm able to find a supporter for a hero that I don't particularly have. But so far, with this roster here, I was able to clear all the way through episode 4. Except for Araminta, I just acquired her. And also excluding Navy Captain Landy, I just acquired her, of course. She's a new release character. So it's been a pretty positive experience. Go to my waiting room, I've acquired a number of heroes, number of 5-star heroes. Most of them got salvaged. I hold on to the ones that I could think of to play, or the ones I can't actually salvage or transmit. I have some intentions for Pavel and Astromancer Atlanta because I think they'll be good in PvP. Also, to Destina, Spectre, Tenebrae, and Furious. I could just repeat player versus environment. But while I'm here looking at my waiting room, advice to give to any new players is hold on to dupes, because there's achievements that you get for triple S'ing or devotion skill triple S'ing tunes. And so you want to hold on to your dupes. So this way, you can get more Covenant bookmarks just for making pulls. It's a way to recoup what the resources you're spending, or the Covenant bookmarks you're spending. So you just want to hold on to your dupes. So that's what I use my waiting room for mainly right now, is to hold on to dupes. So as I'm making pulls and keep getting them, I just keep triple S'ing their devotion skills, and then once I get 3, I get some more bookmarks. So it's a way to get some resources back easily, just for doing what you want to do anyway, which is make pulls. So all these things that I'm talking about now, I basically learned from my mistakes from when my first venture with Epic 7. But I guess, so far my return to Epic 7 is going pretty well. I would say that where the state of Epic 7 is now, I can definitely recommend this game to a new player. And I mean, you won't be the best. I mean, you will definitely have to wail to be the best. But if you're just looking for a fun, positive gameplay experience, Epic 7, I have to say, has provided that. Even on their most challenging content for player versus environment, there are ways you can still beat it. Like, there were times where I felt like, content was cheesy, or like this is like stupid, or this is too difficult, or I needed some special character, like some new release character to beat it. And after a little researching and poking around on the internet and YouTube, I found out that I didn't, and that I could find a way to beat it, or I had to learn the strategy, or there were like key aspects to the fight that I had to learn, and that provided a way for me to win. So basically, all the times where I felt like it was gotcha, like it was like, oh man, they're trying to get me, I was like, oh, there's actually a way I could do it without actually having to give in to the gotcha. So just for the fact that they put that there, they give you so much when you create a new account as of 2023. They allow you to access the back catalog of side stories. This way, with your excess of stamina, you have the option to go back and farm all the resources to help you build characters very quickly. It's just a real positive experience. And all the anime flair of but the anime flair of hand-drawn animations and stylized or a stylization. I don't know how to say it. I want to say stylized, or really aesthetics. It's, in terms of a anime flair game, it's really hard to beat Epic 7. And that was like my main pull to the game when I first came to it. So right now, this is just, I don't know, shooting the breeze, or just yapping about my return to Epic 7. I guess right now what I'll do is just I'll just do a little bit of gameplay right about now. Basically, I mean, just to show you how good like these characters are and how good the equipment is that I've been given. Like Sermier, she's in PvP gear, and I'd use a lot of the equipment conversions and some of the equipment I could forge. Secret, she's the only person with 2 pieces of actual paid for gear. Everything else is either forge your own epic or stuff they given me or stuff I had to farm. Sid is in mainly PvP gear and equipment conversion. But my Charlotte, she's mainly in the gear that I was given from the Adventurer's Path. Equipment conversion, her amulet, and her boots. Shuri, he's still in some 71 pieces, level 71. Everything else is equipment conversion and stuff I was fortunate enough to farm. Araminta, she's in all like level 75 gear. Yuna, she still has some, does she? Yep, level 78. A lot of stuff I had to farm. Angelica Montemercy, she's in stuff I had to farm. My Angelica, she's still in level 75 gear that I was given for free. My Armin's in full level 70 gear, and I did that on purpose, all heroic, and I had to actually, I don't know how other people approach games, but I had to pray for mine to get it all heroic, because that was just the thing I wanted to do. And then Chloe, she's in gear I had to farm, and equipment conversion is serious. She's still rocking some level 70 pieces. So all of the stuff that they gave me in the beginning of the game, my Landy, she's just in PvP gear. I'll take a like her. She's still wearing some of the 75 pieces I was given in the beginning of the game. Everything else is like equipment conversion or stuff they gave out for free. Auxiliary Watch, he's wearing a pair of rare boots. A lot of stuff I had to farm. But you can see the none of the gear is, I don't have a whole bunch of equipment. And all the equipment I do have is all equipped. So I've only, well, except for the stuff I got from the Labyrinth. But point is that I don't whale. I can't afford to whale. I mean, I want to support the game, but I can't afford to whale. So I just have equipment that I can play with and I need. Once I get something that can work, I just use it. And all this stuff just comes from playing the game and doing previous content and all the freebies they give through events. So it's really good. Like, it's really good what Epic 7 or Smilegate gives out to the players, especially new players. But getting back to this, so with what I showed you, I was able to make it up into Challenger 5 with these heroes and equipment that I basically got for free, except for like 2 pieces. So right now what I'm doing is just raising the friendship level of certain heroes, because you get friendship level when you PvP, and so I basically play through the list until I find someone who can quickly defeat me, so this way I don't have to spend too much time doing this.
I won't fall.
Destiny cannot escape my sword.
Your queen has
I mean, people watching, it's like, he's just losing. But see, even though you lose, you still get friendship points for participating. So I'm able to raise my friendship level of these heroes, working on getting them to 10.
wait for your next command.
And you still get conquest points. So, I mean, I don't think I'll ever be able, because to go higher, you have to really spend a whole bunch of time farming up equipment and hoping you get those, exceedingly great rolls on speed or whatever it is that you need. And I mean, I just don't have the stamina to do that. I won't bore you with a repeat, because I'm going to spend all my PvP tickets or arena tickets, or what is these? My flags, entry tickets. So I won't do all that now. I'll go do a what's it, expedition. But just to show you, as you can see, with these heroes, I'm able to go through on stage 13 on everything. So, it's pretty good. I got they gave you a lot of the currency to buy, like the exclusive equipment. So I had enough to buy things, several times over to get like the craft to epic version. So I put an oath here on Araminta so I could use her everywhere. Let's go do an expedition.
An unknown power has brought unrest to the sanctuary.
These heroes that I picked, they're just so versatile. I'll just put this on auto. Shouldn't take too long.
Fly, Flurry! Get him!
I'll carve you up. Excuse me.
I want to work on my Sid to give him some more damage. There's room for improvement.
In a real fight!
But right now, I'm currently trying to farm up these modification gems.
This is going to hurt.
Such a pity.
Keep watching, everyone. Can you hold out much longer?
Shall we bet on it?
So once I've farmed up enough modification
Not many
gems,
can be trusted with a task like this. Lucky we've got
I'll
you.
start trying to farm up, save up stamina to farm up equipment. So this is basically where I'm at in Epic 7 now after my return, about 4 years later. Able to clear up to floor 92 of normal abyss. I'm gonna work on that when I feel like I've finished tweaking out my heroes to the best that I can reasonably do. I don't think I'll ever be doing these challenges because you have to have a whole bunch of extra heroes and to play the way they want you to play. All these rules. I don't think I'll ever have enough heroes. It's gonna take a long time for me to get enough heroes to, play all these rules. I just recently made sure I could get an Araminta so I could have someone who could do burning. I don't know. But yeah, this is where I'm at after returning to Epic 7 and having a good time. I'm looking forward to see what comes next.